Hi, good morning everyone. Hope you all are fine at home. Enjoy your work and understand the binomial theorem very well. Now our next concept of our binomial theorem is the general term. Because we already done the one formula like NCR en minus r is b raised to power r. So that means if you have binomial term is there, any power is there, you can expand it and just make the general formula on that. But what is the general term? Because sometime it happen, if there is a condition of expansion, if there is a power like limited, like raised to power 6, raised to power 7, you can expand easily. But what happen if raised to power 50 is there? So in that case, it's almost impossible to open 50 if raised to power 50 is there and binomial term has power 50. It's impossible to expand. So in that case, we can identify only particular term instead of expanding the whole binomial expression 50 times or 100 times. So whatever term we needed, so we can just open that term. Okay, so that in that case we must know what is the general term. General term means if any r value is there, according to that you can find the particular term. Like if you have a plus b raised to power n is there, we already done that n c0 en. So this term is called as my first term, so that is n c0 en, and this term is considered as my second term, n c1 en minus 1 and b, and so on. So what happen if I have to find the any term between that? So any term in between that, if I want to find any term in between that, so what should I do? So in that case I need the particular formula in this. So what I do, if this is my 2, just look at this term. If you just look at this term, r value is exactly previous value of that one. Yes, so we already done this formula NCRAN minus RBR, but I want, this is my general term, okay, but I need particular term. So how I can find the particular term? So if you look at this here, this is my r value, and if you add r value in this, so that becomes your particular term. So that means according to that rule, if I write r plus 1 NCR an minus r br, so that will satisfy above two conditions also, or any condition also, because whatever term is there, or r value should be always the previous value of that particular term number, because r value starting from 0 and that consider as my first term. That means whatever term is there, r value is considered as previous term of that particular term number. So according to that, we create the general formula tr plus 1 ncr an minus r br. Now suppose I have given 1 plus x raised to power 50. Okay, so I want to find the 25th term. 25th term, what is the 25th number term of this expression? So what you will do? So you can't able to expand 50 raised to power 50. So we can go directly with this term. That means if my r plus 1 value is 25, means 25th term. So r value is 25 minus 1 will be 24. Then according to that, I will write here my n value is 50. R value is considered as 24. Whatever term is there, previous term of that number is considered as r. That's why we call it r plus 1, because whatever r term you should write here, if you add 1 in that r value, that becomes a particular term of the expression. So here 1 raised to power 50 minus 24, and your second term, whatever r value is here, I repeated it here. So that means 50c24x raised to power 24. So that is my 25th term of this expression. Okay, I already told you in previous lecture is that this we call it binomial coefficient. If it is written in your question, write the coefficient, not binomial coefficient. So instead of binomial coefficient, it is written in your statement that you must write the uh, coefficient of x raised to power 24. Coefficient of x raised to power 24 means you have to find that particular term in the expression will be given to you 1 plus x raised to power 50, whatever 100, whatever something is given to you, and a question is given to you. You have to write the particular coefficient of particular variable and raised to power a, like this, like x raised to power 24, and you have to write the coefficient of this. So in that case also you find if x raised to power 24 is there, it means second raised to power whatever power is there, that will be exactly same as your r term. So from this you can identify r terms, then you can automatically identify the term that is 25th term. R plus 1 is 25th term, and this is considered as your coefficient or binomial coefficient. In that case you only write 50c24, calculate this, no need to write the variable in that case because you have to write the coefficient. So in this case I have one question of just to identify this particular concept. If you have written in your question, if the coefficient of second, third and fourth term, coefficient of second, third and fourth, coefficient means binomial coefficient, coefficient of second, third and fourth term in the expansion of 1 plus x raised to power 2n. Here this one is your expression, like 1 plus x raised to power 2n. This is your expression. If you want to write the coefficient of second term of this expression, third term of this expression and fourth term of this expression, if these coefficients are in AP, then find the value of n. You have to identify the value of n. So first you have to find the general term. So according to that, my general term formula is r plus 1 NCR A n minus r and BR. Okay, if you want to find the general term of this expression, okay, in place of n there is a 2n, okay, and in place of a there is a 1 and in place of b there is a x. So your general term of this particular expression becomes 2n CR. In place of a there is 1, 2n minus r, and in place of b there is x raised to power r. So 1 power, any power of 1 has any power, that always when you multiply 1 any time that gives you 1, that is dr plus 1 2n cr x raised to power r. So that is the general term of this particular expression. So now according to that we have to find what will be my second term and what will be my third term and what will be my fourth term. So if I go with the second term, it means r plus 1 should be equal to 2. So in that case r value is previous of this 2, that means 2n c1 then x raised to power 1. So whatever r value is there, that accompany with the x. Then term third term is 2n c2. Now r value is the previous of the term, then x square. Similarly fourth term is 2n c3, because previous value of 4 is 3, x is to power 3. Now they said that you have to pick only the coefficient means only this part you have to pick, no need to consider x value. So if I just pick this value 2n c1 coefficients, 2n c2 and 2n c3, so it is given in the statement these are in AP. And what is the AP rule is that 2 times the middle term is equal to the sum of first and last term. Or there are two conditions of AP series. So how you verify your series is AP, that is second term minus first term difference should be same as third term minus second term. Difference is same. When you compare this one, like this is second term, this is first term, this is third term. So that's the meaning of AP series. And if you want to find the middle term, if you compare with each other difference, like second term minus first term is equal to third term minus second term. So when second term move it here, that is 2 times second term is equal to first term plus third term. So that means if you add first and third term, that must be equal to the 2 times of the middle term. That I have to apply the concept it here. So this is my second term. So 2 into second term, 2 and C2 must be equal to the sum of first and the third term, or the whatever term is given to you. So now you have to, this is your expression. You have to expand this expression and find the value. I can directly apply the combination rule here. Like here 2 is there, and now I expand it here. I already told you shortcut formula is 2 is there. You have to back only 2 digits from that. If you back here, first term is 2, and if you subtract 1 from that, so that will be 2n minus 1 is the previous term of 2n, and 1 into 2 will be in the denominator. Here only 2n C1 is there, the only single term will be considered here. 2n by 1, here 3 is there, then you have to go back 3 terms, 2n, 2n minus 1 and 2n minus 2. That is the previous 2 terms, the 1 into 2 into 3. Now you have to find the LCM where is needed. So this is cancelled. You can take 2n common both sides, then it will also be cancelled. Like here you can, if take 2n common, so this is 1 is left, here is left 2n minus 1, 2n minus 2 upon 6, because I take 2n common. So this 2n will be cancelled. So what is left here? So here what I will do, so this is 2n minus 1, and here 1 plus 2n minus 1, then 2n minus 2 by 6. So this is left. So if I shift like 2 it here or either it here, so that is the same thing. So better I take the LCM than cross multiply with the 6. If I take the LCM here, this also becomes 6, and denominator 6 will be multiplied by this 6. So that become 6 into 2n minus 1, and that will be equal to 6 plus 2n minus 1, then 2n minus 2. So that become 12n minus 6 is equal to 6 plus, when you open this bracket, that become 4n square minus 4n minus 2 minus 6n plus 2. So your required proper equation becomes when you solve this one. So here 12n, here minus 6n. When you shift 12n here, so that become minus 18n, and here minus 6, and here 8. 8 plus 6 give you 14. So my ultimate equation becomes 4n square minus 18n plus 14 is equal to 0. If anything is common, you can take it common from here. So that is 2n square, 2 9s are 18 and 2 7s are 14 is equal to 0. So that is a reduced form of the equation. 2n square minus 9n plus 7, and 2 when merge up with 0. So your required equation is left is here 2n square minus 9n plus 7 is equal to 0. Now you have to identify the factors to find the n value, because basically we have to find the n value. Here I need two numbers. When I add, I will get minus 9, but when we multiply, I get 2 into 7, 14. So only 2 7s are 14, and when you add 7 and 2, that gives you 9. So I can directly write here 2n square minus 2n minus 7n plus 7 is equal to 0 to make the factor. Here 2n will be common, n minus 1 is left. Here minus 7 will be common, n minus 1 is left, and my required factor is n minus 1, 2n minus 7. My required factor is 10 minus 1, 2n minus 7 is equal to 0. When you extract n value from that, 1 is 1, n minus 1 is equal to 0 by 0 product rule, and 2n minus 7 give me 7 by 2. Okay, so here when you check with that, among both, which value will be agree for the n value, because I got the two values of n, one is a fraction and one is 1. So I want to check which condition is satisfied. Okay, so here if I go with like n is equal to 1, if want to justify with, if my power is 1, so that means that become 1 plus x raised to power 2. If I consider my n value is 1, so that means if I put it here in my this expression like 1 plus x raised to power 2 into 1, so if 2, so that become 3 terms will be there, so there will be no fourth term, so that will not satisfied by the statement. So in that case my next will be their term is if I consider like n is equal to 7 by 2, so that is a possible, because if I consider here n is equal to 7 by 2, 2 will be cancelled, 1 plus x raised to power 7 is there, and my number of terms will be 8, and fourth term also included in that. So in that case this is my correct form, so we not consider 1 as n value, so my required value is 7 by 2, because if I take n values equal to 7 by 2, so my fourth term will be included in that, but if I take n is equal to 1, so there will be a no fourth term. Now next question is, using binomial theorem you have to prove that 2 raised to power 3n minus 7n minus 1 is divisible by 49. In mathematical induction chapter you already done, but that was in mathematical induction way, how to identify that particular expression is divisible by this particular number. But how if our condition is by binomial theorem, if you want to identify is possibility is this expression is divisible by 49, so what you will do, first you take separate n from that, 2 raised to power 3, keep it inside n, and other term should be right as it is, minus 7n minus 1. So 2 raised to power 3 become 8 raised to power n minus 7n minus 1. So whenever there any number is there, so I told you that time, if you split the term into one term is 1 and one term is another term, any number, so it will be easier for your calculation. So always when this type of term is considered, you subtract 1 for that, or you write in the binomial form like 1 plus, what if it 8 is there, you write 1 plus 7, always extract 1 from that to apply the binomial theorem, so because it will be easier for our calculation. 7n minus 1, now I just keep these two term as it is and I apply binomial theorem on that. So here this is first term, this is second term, and here n is there, so I consider n as it is like n c0, 1 power, any power is there, so it become only 1, so no need to write 1, so I write only second term here raised to power 0, then nc1 7 1, then nc2 7 2, because whatever r value is there, that will be the power of the second term, nc3 7 3, and so on, and it will go up to n term, ncn 7 raised to power n. So this you can put in the bracket, and other two terms that were left outside you write as it is. Now in this further, so what you will do, now you can solve this one, nc0 value 1 and 7 raised to power 0 value 1. Here I got 1, nc1, when you open with the term, so only n is left, so that gives me 7n. So here whatever term is there, I just put in the bracket here, rest of the term 7 square plus n c3 7 cube, and up to last term is n cn 7 raised to power n, then minus 7n and minus 1 was already outside. Now this will be cancelled with this and this will be cancelled with this. Now look at this term, so you can this, what is minimum common term between these all terms, so that I can take out common. So here 7 square because this is the lowest power, after that higher power will be gone there. So what you will do, you will just do 7 square, take out as common, So that will be 7 square. So what is term left? NC2, because in each and every term you have to subtract 7 raised to power 2 from the power. So that will be NC3 7 1, and last term will be NCN 7 n minus 2, because you have to subtract 2 from the power. Is whatever 7 power is there, you have to subtract 2 from the power. So 7 square is 49, and this is my required expression, NC37 plus up to NCN7 n minus 2. So we consider this whole expression as single variable as lambda, because we no need to calculate, because outside 49 is there. So any term is multiplied 49, that means that term is divisible by 49. So lambda is any integer. So we can say that this expression 2 raised to power 3 n minus 7 n minus 1 is divisible by 49. Thank you. Have a nice day.